When doing your master's program, what were the challenges like? Were they bad days? What were the bad days like?
So when I initially joined, especially new, we had days where cases would go on till 6:30, 7:30. You're supposed to finish your cases, then you do your pre-op assessment for the following day, then you go back and you study, okay? Because you've got exams coming at the end of the year. Bad days would be, I think, 3 or 4 days in a week. We would finish beyond five. I think 6:30. When at that time we didn't have enough MOs to have a PM shift. I think now they have it, but we didn't have a PM shift MO. So you start in the morning, you stay back till the case is finished. In some cases, if the cases were to go beyond 7:30 or 8 o'clock, the on-call team would take over. Okay, because we have elective cases again the next day. Yeah. So imagine you are there, you are doing your cases till 6:30, 7. You get back home. How much energy do you have to study? Can't do much because you're already tired physically and mentally. And it was like more of a recurrent theme during my first year. And so I struggled. I could not get that much studying preparation that was needed to sit for your part one exam. Of course, in subsequent years, I think we had more MOs coming in, and that's when I think the department decided to implement the PM shift. So I think at around 3 or 4 p.m., if you have a long case, then you'll get the two replacement MO coming in, and then you can go off. You can settle your pre-op assessment very fast. Then you have some time to sit down and study, which is what's going on now, which is a good thing.
Okay, how did you manage it when you finish your cases at 7 and then you have to go back and study? How did you manage that?
You can't get much studying done, honestly. You come back, you shower, you have your food, what, half an hour, 45 minutes of optimum studying time. And after that, you have to be realistic about this. How much of effective studying and memorization? Because medicine is also about memorization. It's not just understanding it. You got to memorize it. It's a lot of data and facts. And, you've got subjects like pharmacology. Every drug you need to know. There are pharmacodynamics and pharmacokinetics. So, I think you know this. So there's a lot of memorizations. How much of effective studying and memorization can you do after hard days of work? You just simply, it's not realistic.
So what did it feel like? You're carrying this weight where you decided, okay, I'm going to be an NS specialist. I must finish this training so I can become a specialist. So what is it like carrying this weight throughout your years of training?
So for us, I think for my generation, uh, our for med school, we were told, okay, must be your housemanship, must become an MO, must become specialist. That was the mantra we had. There was no other alternative or other way out of it. Okay. Or the other option be, we can resign and make GP clinic. So the expectation was there because we already committed to the program. We had to see it out. There was no other way. There was no other alternative for me or for any one of us. But it was a heavy load on my shoulders because even my part one, I didn't get through the first attempt. So only subsequent attempts, I managed to finally get through. But to juggle, to study, to sit for the exam, to resit the exam, to study everything all over again, to sit, go for classes. So basically, that was my entire, just in the hospital all the time. And then weekends, sometimes, you have to be on call. So I missed out on a lot of things, Lina. My whole identity was my job, was to become a specialist, an anesthesia specialist. That's all I knew. That's all I could think of at that point in my life.
So you needed to like prep yourself mentally just before you go in. Did you know this was what it entailed when you signed up?
Actually, I had no idea when I first joined as a housemanship. But I was so shocked because for what my expectations was and what reality was totally different. Totally. I had no idea how housemanship would be, watching medical shows on TV, totally, it was not the same thing. However, joining masters, yes, I did prep myself. I knew it was going to be difficult. But postgraduate exams are not the same as undergraduate exams. Totally a different ball game. So for those who want to do specialization, you've got to understand this. It's a lot of studying. It's a lot of studying. It's just not textbooks. It's a lot of journals. It's a lot of guidelines from your relevant specialist agencies. So there's a lot of online learning and tutorials that you have to attend to. So it takes up a lot of your time. And especially now, it's gotten even more difficult, I would say, the questions asked. So you have to expand your learning scope and your reading materials. So it takes up a lot of your time. So you got to be mentally prepared for that. And all this while, you will be on your government salary. Of course, they're going to revise it to some time. So as long as you are aware of what you're getting yourself into, but you're okay with making the sacrifice, then by all means go ahead. But just know what you're getting yourself into.